What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. In this video, we are, as you guys can see, training Narita Taishin. Now, I was like, this whole time I was avoiding training her because I wanted to just keep using her, obviously her chaser card, but ultimately I just wanted to see how I would train her, or how the training would go if I did train her, regardless. So, in this video, we're going to see exactly how it is going to be when I train Narita Taishin. Pretty much using the setup that I've used for all the chasers that I've trained. Well, it's pretty much the same setup that I've been using anyway, except the main difference is, well, I should probably switch this back to Haru. But main difference is just using Measure Ramino as my wise card instead of Taishin. But yeah, sticking to the 1 speed, 2 guts, well, 1 speed, Sentinel Love, 2 guts, Haru, and Stay Gold, Tamamo Power, Ramino Wise, and borrowing the Tucker Bryan card. So, just gonna see, because it's been a while since I've trained Taishin, and it's definitely been a while, so might as well give her a shot now, and yeah, let's go see how the training is gonna go. So, before we do jump into the comments and into the training, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Quest. For those who haven't joined the channel or joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join a circle. Then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. Well, with that being said, let's get started with the training and see how it goes. That's pretty much all we can do. See how the training goes. I know later today, like literally in a few hours, for Wuthering Waves, the banner should be released. So I should be recording that for today as well. As for the story, it'll either be posted tomorrow or on Friday. So by the end of this week, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. Also, speaking about Wuthering Waves, I did end up exploring more and also doing some of the events just so I can get some currency, which I did get a good amount, so hopefully things go well in the polls. It's all I can hope for. It is all I can hope for. I don't think there's anything else, because later next week, it should be, yeah, later next week is Zenless, but won't be doing polls for Zenless, because I don't like Orphe as much as I like Seed. That's just pretty much how it is, plus should be fine with the team I have for Seed. Whenever that happens, do have about a week before I ultimately decide when that happens. But basically, team I said was just Anby and Astra, pretty much. So shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. Pretty much just need another attacker, which I perfectly have. Could even put Seed with Evelyn, because it does have Astra in that team as well. So it kind of works out, I'd say. Instead of getting Orphe. Obviously, the main difference would be the team faction synergy, maybe. I guess it's probably one way to say it, but that's only pretty much if you want to use the same bamboo. The bamboo I'm going to be using for Seed and B team I'm using is going to be for plug boo. I'm going to be using plug boo. Just because of the dual electrics, pretty much. Pretty much. Although if I do use it with Evelyn instead of Anvi, then I could just use the snap bamboo. Also another option. Okay, about a week for that. I think also a week for Star Rail. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. But first things first, just gotta worry about for later today. I think the banner should be out by the time this video's up, though. Let me check. Yeah, by the time this video's up, banner. I probably already finished even recording the video. Who knows? Maybe I'll even. Will I? Maybe. Depending how I'm feeling, I guess. I was gonna say maybe I can just get started with the story and possibly squeeze it in and release it today. I can do that tomorrow. But we'll see. We shall see. But I guess now would be a good time to start going over the comments. And the first comment, as I refresh it just to be sure. First comment I'll be going over is going to be from Eugen, but it doesn't seem like there are any other follow-up comments. So I guess the only comment from Eugen says, me look video, me no see Nova comment, me eat lunch. I'm assuming there was an intention to do a follow-up comment, but I don't see it. So I'm gonna assume you forgot, or you just went to sleep. That's all I'm gonna say. But Nova just responded saying, me sleep. But thank you, Eugen, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. And Nova for replying. Next comment I'll be going over is from Rick. I want to pull. When do we get next scenario? When will we get anime Aguri? Well, either they can give her in the beginning of Core 2, or they're gonna wait for the end of Core 2, which I feel like they'll probably most likely wait towards the end of Core 2, because out of all the other anime collabs, they have been released towards the end. Well, I guess the main thing would be, I haven't seen it yet because I'm just gonna binge watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna assume that they need to implement some kind of different outfit for her, is what I'm assuming, because they can't just release the same outfit twice. That's the only conclusion I can think of. As for the end of the scenario, should be towards the end of October, so pretty much like a month and a week or so, around there. Like literally towards the last week of, towards the end of October for sure. Which in my opinion, fine. Nova responded saying, don't be hasty, man. The scenario should be at the end of October, yeah, around the end. You have to have patience. Well, for me, I have other gacha pulls to keep that itch satisfied. Maybe you should try 20 gachas. Yeah, having many other gachas does help, even though it's a completely different other game. Rick responded saying, my parents would say that I need to get a job, but I don't know how I could handle 20 gachas when I still have the new Prince of Tennis to watch and Hajime no Ippo. Have it on while you're playing said gacha games. Well, the real thing that can make it all work is if all your gacha games is pretty much caught up, or there's no maintenance to do. Like the only time you actually have to do something is when new events or an update to the patch happens. That's pretty much when, which is pretty nice because being able to play multiple gacha games, but at the same time, don't have to worry about them too much as long as you keep up with maintaining your accounts. And once you reach the point where you're just waiting for events and new stuff to get released, you're pretty much just chilling. And at some points, it won't feel like you play that many gacha games. The only time you'll feel it the most during the days when you're doing your dailies. Pretty much. Just during your dailies, because then you realize how many dailies you're gonna be doing. Nova responded back saying, it's not for everyone, and people will call me and Shushu that we need to get help or something, but I'm a full-time working adult too. It's exactly like I said. Once you have most of your gachas, if not all your gachas, to a point where you can just have to maintain them, or just keep up with the current events, the new ones, it's all good. It's all good. Like, when a lot of the future games me and Nova are pretty much playing, most of them. Most, if not all, but I would say most. We're probably gonna do the same thing. In the beginning, gonna be a lot of catching up and all that. Then eventually you'll feel like you didn't have anything to do. At least that's how it was when Wuthering Waves came out, when Zenless came out. The first few months, I'd say, doing everything we can. Not even the first few months, probably first month or two at least. Yeah. When Girls Frontline got added to the mix, that was a smooth transition, if I do say so myself, or addition. Didn't really feel too bad adding it. So for myself, like I said, I just feel it during dailies because I'm like, oh, I'm doing all these dailies. All these dailies. That's pretty much it. And then Eugen says, just pull Pantsu for the meantime. Well, sure. Sure. But thank you, Rick, for the comment, and Nova and Eugen for replying. Appreciate it as always. I wonder, let me see something for the comments real quick. I guess not. Next comments I'll be going over is going to be from rest. See how it works my tickets. It's going to be from Nova, and the first one says, I do have Taishin in at 2 LB, but I don't know if that int card will be relevant now that Durandal int is a thing. But isn't Durandal int a chaser short more focused towards short distance. I'm fairly confident that's the case, but I can double check right now, but I'm pretty sure... Never mind. It is actually more on the chaser side, but you can still get short mild distance skills at the same time. That's a good point. I guess the real question to that is, are you even gonna get the Durandal end card anytime soon? That would probably be the only question I could think of. But branching out to chasers is hard. I still think leader is easier for me. I'd say leader has been the easiest position to train. I'd say, like, in general. It's like the beginning of the game, I would say. But saving those rainbow crystals for the next Tucker situation, I feel like I always get shafted with scenario cards. And then there's gonna be me, where I get one copy, and then later on, one of y'all is gonna mention that we need at least 3 copies on it, and just be like, well, looks like I'm borrowing it again. That might be the case, who knows? Who knows? Next comment says, RIP Kita. Yeah, the speed Kita card. RIP indeed. It lasted pretty much 4.5 years. Or 4 years, because... Nope, yeah, 4.5 years. And now's the time where I finally say goodbye to it. Mama Creek next. Well, she could have been replaced if I had gotten Air Shakur to 4 or max LB, but I only have, I believe, at 1 LB as well. So it's funny how I have these other cards that I can use, but they're mainly 1 LB, whether it's Air Shakur or Fur. Stay gold now. It was Almond Eye. So yeah, that's pretty much my situation. Mama Creek will still be used until either the next general card gets max limit broken or this Air Shakur card gets max limit broken anytime soon. I'm gonna miss the scenario. It's already a brain dead one, and yes, we need more of those. I think it happens at least once a year. So this might be that one time. This might be that one time. Although I would say that the other ones weren't too bad. Right? I don't think the others were too bad. At all. Sure, this one is probably like the most brain dead one out of all of them, but still. I wouldn't say the other ones were too bad. Pridwin deleted their GFL2 category on their website. It was because of the whole skin gotcha drama, and I have to say, good riddance. People are still complaining about it and crashing out. This is why it's those kind of people who should just leave the community and be the angry tourists that they are. I'm a Mikashill now. They're just mad because they want to have it themselves. That's all it is, right? Right? That's all it is. I tried ordering a Switch 2 and got put on the waiting list. I have $200 worth of Amazon credit, so that's 50% off. That is pretty much 50% off. That is still pretty good. So I'd say it'd still be pretty worth it for you to get it regardless. If you're gonna get it at pretty much half the price. Am I right? I think if I were to get one right now, I'd probably just get the bundle with the Pokemon game, to be honest. Let's see. I think that was like... Well, obviously would be like around 500, I would assume. I would assume. Because the game and I guess whatever makes the bundle fancy, I guess. But I don't know if it has anything like a this. I thought it's just $500. If you, oh, I thought it was 400. It was 450 for just a console, but 500. Okay. Yeah, $50 added for the game. That's actually not bad. Rather than paying separately, what, $70? And it does release within a month, pretty much a month. I mean, yeah, judging, it just seems like it's just a console and it comes with the full game download, so not even a physical copy. This is alright, but it doesn't look like there's at least some kind of Pokemon design on Switch 2, which is, I guess, the only benefit of the bundle. You get the game slightly cheaper along with the console. At least that's what it seems like. Oh, she didn't get hurt though. Oh, that's a win. Oops. Did I want to do that? Probably not, but let's do this. Because before, she'd just always get hurt. Or have me go to the infirmary. But yeah, if you can get yours with that Amazon credit, totally worth it, I'd say. Nintendo trying to patent all Pokemon mechanics so that no other games or gachas will have Pokemon-like features. Yep. This is war, Nintendo. I'm not going to let you take Azure Promelia away from me. Yeah, Power World is the perfect example of Nintendo. Well, I feel like Power World is the main reason why they're going to this extreme about their whole patenting and all that. I feel like that's the case. But I mean, I feel like it's a little much. I feel like it's a little much, to be quite honest, but it's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. Next comment says, wait, Evelyn? She's as brain dead as Alice for me. I guess it's a different playstyle. I think for me, well, for me, I saw a similarity in gameplay in a way, in a sense, when it came down to Evelyn comparing to Yishwin, at least for myself. But with Anby, it just seemed her team is just her basic stunner and support, and she's just the main DPS. So, which is why I'm kind of like, it's kind of the same with Evelyn if you think about it. Team build setup, you have your support, Evelyn's your main DPS, and then well, you can have a stunner, or you can have a different other support if you want. But generally, from what I noticed, besides if you have seed, most attacker teams generally just revolve around a support and a stunner, at least for the general team build. Alice has been brain dead. I treat Alice, basically how I play Alice pretty much how I play Miyabi in a way. Just little, obviously smaller differences, but no. Well, Evelyn and Alice, if we're talking about their playstyles, yeah, those are different. But to each their own, I guess. To each their own, I guess. Harumasa, another dude bench. Pretty much. Like I said, I could have built him, but then they released Anbi, so I had no reason to build Harumasa even more. I feel like I was also ready to build him, but it never happened. It never happened. And it probably won't ever. Probably will never. Preparation for the Yuno pulls, and yes, 19k to do this. Let's freaking go. Good luck, good luck. That's in a few hours as I'm recording right now. So by the time you're seeing this, it already happened. Most likely. You already did your pulls, most likely. See, I would just do another race, but probably should have just rested. I got the skin. This is so boring that I almost fell asleep. Fair enough. If you're just farming and possibly just doing the same thing, it can get boring. Do I trust this 20%? Trusted it enough. I trusted it enough to click it. Karen can be a runner too, but isn't that main Karen? I'm just going off like what they're intended to be ran as, I guess. I'm pretty sure she can be used as a runner as well. Yeah, as long as you bring it up from a B, which is no problem at all. But I think because I know she's probably most likely better. I guess based off her skills, you can just go put her as a runner. You're only missing out on leader's corners, which you'll probably end up getting runner's corners. Or runner's traits, if anything, so go for it. Go for it, which gives me ideas to possibly use her as a runner instead. Possibly. But I would say I did try training her, and I completely forgot that I need to bring up her mile distance just to even have a chance to beat the mile distance races she has in her schedule, so that was one thing. And that run turned out to be very bad after. I was like, dang. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm okay with just Zenless in 2 weeks. Not every gacha needs that. It's every 2 weeks, but technically every week because they just interchange. And I'm here asking for another one just so we can possibly have a harder one to try and clear. But that's just me. And that way, that rotation is gonna be messed up for real. I don't know how they're gonna do that. They're gonna end up updating like every 2 weeks for that one, and then end up with a fourth one. It'd be 2 every 2 weeks, or it'd be 2 every week at that point. Are you sure you're skipping Orphe Shushu? You're pretty confident with Seed a while back that you were skipping, so we might have another surprise revelation. Well, the biggest difference here was between Seed and Orphe. As a character, I do like Seed a lot more, way a lot more than Orphe. Plus, even seeing how you can ride around in your scooter was kind of bonus points. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And then playing the story and then doing her And then doing her agent story really made me like Seed even more as a character, personally. So with all that being said, I pretty much just went for the pretty much decided on pulling Seed because of the character I like. Orphe on the other hand, I'm good. I'm good. Ooh, I don't want to do it. But yeah, that was pretty much the thought process. I liked Orphe Seed a lot, so just pulled for a character I like. Didn't even think about how I don't have Trigger. I just thought I can make a team work with Seed. So there we go. A non-trigger team. Still have it. It's all good. And I still have 2 characters I can mix her with. Technically 3 if I wanted to add Ellen to the mix, but I would have to update my Ellen. And most likely relearn how to use Ellen. Most likely. But no, I'm for sure about not pulling for Orphe. That's for sure. And then the last comment from Nova says, Eugen can wish for my downfall, but I can still swipe. That is also very true. That is also very true. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it kind of just doesn't matter. Eugen responded back saying, huh? What do you mean? We are just waiting for it. We already knew that you can swipe. That is true as well. That is true as well. We already knew it at the same time. So it doesn't really change that thought. Or at the end of the day, we are just waiting. I think Eugen got that correct there. I think. Yeah, he did. Well, with that being said, that's pretty much it for all the comments from Nova. Thank you, Nova, for all the comments. And Eugen for replying. I'm going to refresh just in case Eugen sneaked in his comment, which he didn't. Next comment is going to be, I guess, the last comment. Oh no, I think I saw a comment from the Still in Love videos, so I'll go over that after this one. So this comment is the last comment from the Kita video. Last video. And it's from Kazuki. Mind the reason I pull and it's okay to get the Admire Groove MOB because it has high hint rate and hint level, and that's the card I'll be using and replacing Almond Eye card when Almond Eye Uma drops off. The problem with that thought is, not to just burst your bubble, is Almond Eye can at least be used for a general setup or for a general speed, whereas the Admire Groove is best for mainly medium distance, but I would strictly, if I were to strictly say what it's for, mainly between or medium distance. So that's the main difference in Almond Eye and Admire Groove, where Almond Eye you can use with pretty much any other positions thanks to the bottom option being just general options. Whereas Admire Groove you have to either have betweener or has it be used for medium distance to get the best use out of it in a more training friendly support build, I guess, because you can just use it for any Uma practically. So that would be the issue. And hoping she will be a betweener also. Now there's a red flag to that because her card does support leaders, so there's that. Still in Love had Betweener Chaser as one of the gold skills, while the other one was medium distance, and she turned out to be a betweener. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Almond Eye ended up being a leader. Just to be honest with you. But since I really like Betweeners and End Chasers, and that card will really be useful for her. Well, kind of got to match it with... You kind of get an idea what her position will be based on her skills, so... I'm sorry to say, she's probably most likely a leader. I'm gonna be honest. Also, I used the 4.5 anniversary ticket exchange for Tamamo Power. I'm planning to MLB that one when I get enough Rainbow Limit Break crystals, or we'll just pull Wonder Rerun Selector banner comes. Do you think it's worth? As a general power card, for the most part, yeah. For a general power card, you will at least be able to use it for a while. I say for a while because I could still be using that later on as my power card, because that'll probably be my best power card still later on. Probably. So in a way, I will say yes. Because I don't know what other options you may or may not have, or may have. So I'm gonna say in a way yes, knowing that you do have Almond Eye Max Limit broken from when you mentioned it a while back. And all that, I guess I would be okay, especially if you didn't have a power card to, I guess, begin with. So I'll say it's alright. Since Tamamo Power is also a universal card, so that card will be useful for years. It'll be useful for years as long as you don't replace it the second another card or another general power card gets released. Pretty much, unless you're Nova, I guess. It would be the perfect example. But we'll try to update his cards as much as possible, I guess. Just like yesterday, I'm just gonna give it a speed. But speed RNG definitely is a little bit off. I will say I did try 2 speed cards over 1 guts. And I mean 2 speed cards instead of 2 guts cards, and I felt the difference in the guts training for sure. So if I do want my best runs, it does seem like I do need to go 2 guts cards and hope for the best for the RNG for speed. So these would be one of those times where it didn't really go as planned, but it is what it is. But other than that, that is pretty much it for all the comments from Kazuki. And the last comment I will be going over is from Rashawn from the Still in Love video. And it just says, whoa, still in love again. We'll most likely see me train her a little bit more often depending on the event. If you go back to medium distance, I'll most likely give her a shot as well, or give her a training time. But with that being said, thank you, Rashawn, Kazuki, Nova, Rick, and Eugen for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And that should be it for all the comments, as well as the rest of the training has been done. Yeah, this training would have been way better if and only if we had gotten more speed. So that's more on a training basis. Training run by training run basis. It'll either happen or it'll... I don't even think I got Still in Love's gold skills. So yeah, this training definitely could have been better. It seems like I didn't get I think I didn't also get Tamamo Cross the event chain 3, so definitely missing out on some gold skills, or a few gold skills. So there's another thing that could have gone better besides speed. So I guess, yeah, if I do want to retrain her again, I'll probably most likely get a pretty better run than this one. Because for some odd reason, especially the chasers, when I end up training them off camera, they turn out to be way better than the recorded ones. Well, except that Orford one, I guess, because that one did make it to the video. But my Doramente one didn't. Also, the better Hishi Amazon didn't. But yeah. I guess I'll just grab these. See how that goes. But we did get an S aptitude and medium distance as well. We'll just grab these and call it from there. Also, don't think I got stay gold to chain event 3. So definitely am missing out on some some gold skills. And we did get a U before, although for as long as it's been since the last time I trained her, definitely the best training I've had for Taishin in general. Probably save that free one for a different training. And we'll just keep it at medium distance. But ended off with 1669 speed, 1547 stamina, 1697 power, 1622 guts, and 1259 on wise with an S aptitude on medium distance. And yeah, obviously would be the best. With the last best being a UD. So it's definitely been a while since I trained Taishin. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are making this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing in the game, what y'all planning, what y'all been doing, anything really. If there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is also down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined the circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the circle request channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.